What's going on, everyone? My name is Ken. Thank you guys for coming back for yet another video. I really do appreciate it. First, before I get started, I want to thank all of the new subscribers that just came on board. Really do appreciate that. And I also want to thank all of the old subscribers, the one who's been with me since day one. I really do appreciate that. Y'all just to know, because of you guys, I'm able to do this. And I really do appreciate y'all for coming back each and every week and watching my videos and also commenting down below. So, and if you're not a subscriber, please do so. You can do it now or you can do it at the end of the video. It's up to you, but I really will appreciate that if you do subscribe. It really do help the channel out a lot. So with that, guys, let's get started with the review. All right, once again, guys, my name is Ken, and today is going to be about the Akaso V50 Elite. Full disclosure, Akaso asked me to take a second review of this particular action camera, and to be honest with you, I was kind of hesitant. And the reason why, because I've already had the Akaso V50 Elite, and I knew what I like about it, and I knew what I didn't like about it. And to be honest with you, there are a lot of things that this action camera does that a lot of the other ones in this particular price market does not. But there are some things that the Akaso V50 Pro has, particularly audio, and the Akaso V50X, because of the stabilization in the Akaso V50X. I mean, it's superb. I really do like that. However, this is the top of the line value for the Akaso brand. This one retails at around $150 US at the time of this video. And I'm gonna also put a link in the description below for you guys can go and check that out. If you decide to purchase either one of the action camera, the V50X, V50 Pro, or the V50 Elite, you guys just can click the link down below and it's no additional cost to you. Link you right to Amazon. So with that, guys, let's talk about the feel and the look of the camera. We're also gonna look at some of the actual modes that we can shoot in, and we're going to talk a little bit about the specs. We're not going to go too deep into the specs because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of videos out there already about it, and of course, again, I've already had it before. However, but we're going to look at some of the specs, and we also are going to shoot some videos and take some pictures. So, all right, guys, let's get to the review. All right, first, let's take a look at the front facing of it. Let's talk about the feel, the touch of it, and some of the things on the front. So as you notice up front, we do have the this power mode right here. This 4K lets you know there's a 4K action camera. This red light indicator lets you know that it's on. Of course, it has your Akaso V50 Elite name right there, your lens. And on this side right here, you have a place for your SD card, your micro USB, and you have a speaker right here. And as you notice that, unlike the Akaso V50X, you have these grips right here that's around the side. I do like that. I'm not gonna lie to you, that is really good about this particular action camera. It has that rubbery feel, but Akaso does a really good job at packing it all in and making this feel extremely well. I do like that. On the bottom, you have a place for your battery, of course, for your quarter round. Again, the blue indicator lets you know that the battery's in and it's on. On the back, you have your 2-inch screen display, and on the top, you do have another speaker right here. You also have your Wi-Fi button right there, and you have your up and down, and of course, another speaker. So again, all well designed from the looks of it and the feel of it, touch of it. It feels really good. It's a little bit heavier than the Akaso V50X. However, it's really good, really packaged well as far as what's coming inside the package. Again, all Akaso brand has a lot of accessories for you to use. So that's really good. All right, guys, so one of the things you'll notice between this one, the Akaso V50 Elite, and the V50 Pro is the way the back screen is set. You can zoom in by touching the plus button right here. And you can zoom out by touching the minus button right there, and it'll let you know on the side how far you zoomed in. Just remember, the more you zoom in, the worse the picture will look, because it's packing so much into the camera to try to get your clarity when you zoom so far in. So unlike a DSLR or your mirrorless camera, it does not give the capability of having that extra zoom without the clarity issues. So we're gonna hit the start button right here. And we're gonna go into some of the video resolution. I'm gonna try to zoom in so you guys can see that pretty good. I hope you can. The screen is so bright to the point where it's kind of hard to zoom in. So at the top, you have your video resolution. your video. Up under that, you have your video encore, your image stabilization, loop recording, your time lapse, and this one has time lapse, distortion, slow motion, fast motion, winds, noise reduction, your angles, your sound recording, and your driving mode and video screen mode. So let's talk about some of the common things that we all use when we do this. And I also want to tell you that the screen is very responsive. That's one of the things I like when I first reviewed the camera. So let's go into your video resolution. Of course, it has 4K 60 and it has 4K 30, 2.7 and 60, 2.7 and 30, 1080p at 120, 1080p at 160, 1080p at 30, 720 at 240 frames per second. Now that's really good. You can definitely do a lot of slow-mo right there with 7p at 240 frames per second. However, I do want to tell you that you kind of make sure you're not so close up on your target. So if you are, you're going to get a lot of, it's not going to look that good. However, if you're a little bit back, even at 720, it's 240 at 720 and 120 frames per second, you can get a decent slow-mo. So let's go back up to the top. So 4K 60, again, if you look down as I click on 4K 60, and then we go to the video resolution, go back in that 4K 60, it does not have image stabilization at 4K 60. And again, that's what I did not like about it. You can do time lapse and stuff like that. However, you do not have image stabilization in 4K 60. So there's a lot of good things about the camera. That's one of the things I didn't like about it. It didn't have stabilization in 4K 60, and it doesn't allow you to do a lot of the other things when you're in this setting as well. So we're going to go back, video resolution again, 4K 30. Now 4K 30, you have pretty much all of your settings that you can do. The only thing you don't have is time-lapse distortion, but that's okay. You can do all of the things you can do in 4K 60 with the image stabilization. That's one thing I do like about the camera. It does have image stabilization at 4K 30. So we're gonna go back. 2.7 and 60. 2.7 and 60 does not have image stabilization either. So that's some of the things I didn't like about it. And they had that Akaso need to really do an update for this, because I think you should have image stabilization. If you're not going to have it at 4K 60, at least your 2.7 setting should have image stabilization at all levels. Now I think you do have it at 2.7 at 30. You do have image stabilization at 2.7 at 30. You do still get a good quality video. However, I did wish it had image stabilization at 2.7 at 60. So, and one more. All right, so 1080p at, what was that? 1080p at 120 frames per second. There's no image stabilization there either. I'm gonna show you one more setting that does not have image stabilization on it. It does not have image stabilization at 720 at 240. So those things have not changed. And that's some of the things I did wish it had. But to me, if you're this is gonna be the most top of the line action camera that Akaso has, you gotta have image stabilization to me at all levels, including 4K at 60. And that's something that I wish it had. Of course, again, you have your picture mode, you got your picture resolution, your ISO. You can do time lapse for the picture. You also can do time lapse distortion as well. You have a night lapse. Now the night lapse allows you to take pictures at night, and it's supposed to be a better quality. Again, I always tell everyone that don't expect to have a good picture or don't expect to take good videos at night, because it's a small camera. And look at this lens, you're just not going to get a knot into the camera with this particular the size of it with this particular lens, and there's a Akaso V50 Elite. You have delay timer if you want to just take a picture, you want to get yourself set up. You have that. Now, one thing I do like about it, you can shoot pictures in RAW and go back and do your color grading in post. So you have those as well. So again, there's a lot of good things about it. There's a lot of good things you can do with it. And we're going to get to some of the videos in here in just a second. There's a lot of good things you can do with it. I just wish that it had more stabilization in it. And let me go back to the menu one more time. So you do have distortion correction on here as well. You can do that for your pictures and also your videos. You have a driving mode for those of you who want to take the driving mode, have the driving mode on there. You have a screensaver, and of course you have your date and stamp, and I've already took the date and stamp off of the camera, so in the videos you should not be able to see that on the video. You have white balance on here, you can do your exposure, and of course you have Wi-Fi. So right now we're going to get to the videos. I hope you guys still with me, and we're going to get to the videos, and we're going to come back and talk about that for just a second. So let's get to the videos. Audio test 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Audio test 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. All right, guys, so as you can see, there's a lot of good things about this particular camera. I do like the fact that you can shoot in so many different levels, and it does have 4K 60. Unfortunately, it does not have the 4K 60 with the image stabilization. Now, with a gimbal, that shouldn't be a problem, but I do think for the top of the line camera from Akaso, I do wish that it did had 4K 60 is shooting it with image stabilization. I do think that there's a lot of good things about this camera. I don't want to harp on it and beat down on it. I do think it's a good action camera, and I would recommend it because you can do a little bit more than you can with the Akaso V50 Elite. I mean V50X and the V50 Pro. So there are some great things about this camera that I think you guys gonna be very excited about if you don't have it already. And remember, if you want to purchase it, I have the link in the description below. Now, again, this retails at around $150, and this is a Akaso top of the line action camera. So I hope that Akaso comes out with some type of firmware update that allows you to have that stabilization in the 4K 60 mode, including all of the 2.7 modes. I think if you're going to shoot in 2.7, you should have stabilization on both of those modes. And again, this is a great camera. I'm not taking too much from it. I do wish the audio sound better. However, I've always thought that the Akaso V50 Pro sound better than any of the Akaso when it comes down to the audio quality. Now, I don't expect to get great audio out of action camera, as I said before. However, it seems that the Akaso V50X and the Akaso V50 Elite took a little downside when it came to the audio quality. Now, I've got a lot of emails and a lot of questions about the Akaso V50X because it sounds like the audio, and sometimes it doesn't sync And I've reached out to Akaso about that, and they just sent me a new Akaso V50X to check out. So I'll do a little review on that, and I'll let you guys know what comes about that. Hopefully they'll do an update so that we all can get that update, and I'll share with you once I get it, so the audio quality in the V50X maybe can get better for all of us. I do think if you do purchase your Akaso V50X, if you use some type of external audio, you'll definitely see that it is a great action camera. To me, the Akaso V50X is the better all-around quality for the value. You do have great image stabilization. You have great quality videos. It may look a little grainier in the far distance, but to me, that's not an issue. But if you get closer up on some of your things, I do think the Akaso V50X is the better all-around camera. Now, the Akaso V50 Pro has the better audio. So if you're looking for the better audio, you might want to go with the Akaso V50 Pro. And I will be doing an update on the Akaso V50 Pro again here shortly. But the next video, guys, we're probably going to be doing a comparison between the quality of the Akaso V50 Elite and the Akaso V50X. All right, guys, so again, this is just a quick video. We didn't really go too deep into all the specs, didn't talk about all the lenses. I do want to let you know that this one also comes with a wireless remote. And it also has, again, you can still download the app as well and use the app, but this one comes with a wireless remote that allows you to talk to it and be able to take pictures and things of that nature with it as well. However, I don't use that. But for those of you who may be a biker or something like that, and you need to be able to talk to the remote to get the video quality and all that stuff out of it, the recording out of it, it comes with that. And that's something that the Akaso V50 Pro and the Akaso V50X does not have, which is the availability to talk to your remote and able to take pictures and start and do things with your camera. So there's a lot of good things that this camera has that the other two does not. And I'm saying the other two because those are two out of the top of the line, the most viewed of the Akaso brand. Again, this is a great action camera for those of you who want to step it up just a little bit. But if you have a gimbal, this will be awesome for you. Just remember, the audio quality is not as great as the Akaso V50 Pro. Sorry, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so. Again, I really do appreciate the love and support for those of you who have already done so. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to continue to bring you more videos, and I really do appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.